You know when you're watching a movie and the dialogue is just perfect, like crystal clear, even with explosions and chaos happening all around? Well, that's not magic, it's just pure mastery. And today we're going to pull back the curtain on that high-pressure world of production sound and look at the specialized software that makes it all happen.
Okay, so just picture this. You're on a film set. The actors, they're giving the performance of a lifetime. The camera is rolling, the lighting is just right, everything is clicking into place. And your job, as the sound mixer, is to capture every single word, every little sigh, perfectly. Because the second the director yells cut, that moment is gone, forever. And this quote, right from the software's manual, really says it all. See, in a music studio, you can always just say, hey, let's do another take. But in production sound, nope. It's all about capturing that one fleeting moment perfectly the first time. And that is the real challenge here.
So how do you handle that kind of pressure? Well, you need a tool that's just as serious and focused as you are. You can't just grab some music-making program designed for a quiet studio. No, you need something built from the ground up for the chaos of a film set. And that's exactly where WildTrax 2026 comes into the picture.
And you know, the logo itself kind of gives you a clue. Their whole mission, straight from the manual, is to tame your recordings. It's all about bringing order to the wild, chaotic world of on-set sound with total precision and rock-solid reliability. All right, so what is this thing exactly? WildTrax is a professional multi-track recording platform. But what really makes it special is its kind of hybrid approach. It's designed to give sound mixers that bulletproof reliability you'd expect from dedicated hardware, but with all the power and flexibility you can only get from software.
Probably the best way to wrap your head around WildTrax is to compare it to something you might already know, like a music DAW, a digital audio workstation. A DAW is all about creative editing, mixing, making cool sounds. WildTrax, it's a completely different animal. Its only job, its entire reason for being, is to capture clean audio and log perfect metadata. It's built for speed and reliability, because on a film set, that's literally all that matters.
Okay, so how does a pro actually use this thing? Let's do a little walkthrough of a typical day. We're going to step right into the shoes of a sound mixer on a crazy busy production and see how they turn all that chaos into a perfect little package for the editing team. The whole process really boils down to 4 main stages. First up, you've got to route all your microphones. Then, you monitor all the levels. After that, you log all the crucial metadata. And finally, you generate the sound report for the post-production crew. So, let's break down each one of those.
Okay, step 1 is route, and you do that using the input matrix. The best way to think of this is like a digital switchboard, but instead of a mess of physical cables, you just have this super clean grid. The columns are your recording tracks, the rows are all your different mics. You want to connect the boom mic to track 1? Click. A lav mic to track 2? Click. It's an incredibly fast, almost foolproof way to manage a ton of audio sources at once.
All right, step 2, monitor. This panel right here, the tracks panel, is basically your mission control. This is where you see every single channel, you can name them, and, this is the most important part, you arm them for recording. When a track is armed, it means it's ready to go live the split second the director yells action. It's how you make sure you never ever miss a line.
Next up, the step 3, metadata. And look, I know this might not seem like the most exciting part, but it is absolutely critical. In this panel, the mixer is typing in the project name, the scene number, the slate, the take, all of it. Why? Well, imagine you're an editor. Without this data, you just get a folder with hundreds of random audio files and no clue what's what. This info gets burned right into the file itself, so it's instantly identifiable. It's basically the digital version of the clapperboard.
And that brings us to the final step, the report. After every single take, WildTrax automatically gathers up all that metadata we just talked about and puts it into this beautiful, clean, organized sound report. It's got every file, every timecode, every note. This is the perfect handoff to the editing team. I mean, this saves them hours, maybe even days of pure guesswork.
So, that's the core workflow, right? But that's not all. WildTrax also has this whole suite of advanced tools. Think of them like power-ups, and they're what really transform the sound mixer's job from just a technical thing into something much more powerful and creative. Let's check out a couple of these. Okay, this is pretty cool. Over on the left, you've got the sample pad. This lets the mixer trigger sound effects, like a phone ringing, a doorbell, whatever, live on set, right from their rig. And on the right, you have the playlist panel. This lets them instantly find and play back a recorded take for the director. So suddenly, the mixer isn't just capturing audio anymore. They're an active part of the whole playback and review process, right there on set.
The software also packs some seriously powerful tools for after you've captured the sound. The spectrum analyzer on the left is like having X-ray vision for audio and lets you visually hunt down and get rid of nasty stuff like an electrical hum. And the toolkit on the right is all about file management, letting the mixer quickly whip up custom audio files for the editing team right there on the spot.
So, when you step back and look at the big picture, what does this all mean? Well, a tool like WildTrax is all about giving someone ultimate control in an incredibly high-pressure environment. It takes this really complex, stressful job and makes it totally manageable, super efficient. And that frees up the sound mixer to focus on what really matters, capturing a great performance.
And this is what it looks like when it's all put together. If there's one key takeaway, it's this. Every single tool we've talked about, the routing, the monitoring, the metadata, the reporting, it all lives in one single unified space. Everything is designed for speed and clarity, because trust me, when a director is tapping their foot waiting on you, you do not have time to be digging through menus. This all really points to a much bigger trend. Software like WildTrax is getting so powerful, so reliable, that it's starting to replace all that bulky, dedicated hardware. And when the technical stuff is solved this elegantly, it frees up the sound pro to worry less about the gear and focus more on the performance. They can stop being just a technician and really become a creative partner on set. So it kind of leaves us with this big question, right? What happens to creativity when our tools get this good?